Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and this time I'm going to explain how I paint this. This is the Barbarian from the Silver Tower. I already started painting that, and I thought, okay, maybe it's good to do a small tutorial or tutorial on how I paint this miniature. So first we are going to start with the skin. I will apply Kislev flesh to do all the skin. Okay, I will start. Yeah, it's just I will start first as usual applying the base colors. And we are going to apply this Kislev flesh on the skin. So mine is a little bit dry, but with a little bit of water or thinner you can make it work quite nicely. So of course the skin is important part on this miniature. Thin the paint down, be sure that you don't cover any detail, and just we do one or two thin layers. We want to have quite a nice and solid color. So I will do that, okay? And yeah, and I will come back once this is done. So this is how the skin is looking like now. And the next thing I will do, I will start doing this type of fur. And to do this fur, I will use Gother brown. It's like a greenish, it's not really very strong. Or very reddish brown. I wanted to go for something that is more, yeah. And what I will do is I will paint all this. You will see now the contrast is not that high, but when we do the washes, the contrast will improve much. So we do all this fur that is below the armor. Okay, with this Gother brown. And also I will do the fur on the boots. I will use the same fur, the same color for all the fur at this stage. Later on we can add more variation if needed. So we have the fur here. Okay. I was thinking how I will do the clothes, and I think at the end I will go for red for the clothes, some light full color that will contrast with all natural colors that I will use. That is the browns for the furs and leathers, plus the bone colors for all these skulls and bones that they are there. So really I was thinking that you need to put something a little bit brighter and something that can give some more lively color to the miniature. So I will do this. I will do all the fur with this. Again, Gother brown, okay. I will do this and I will come back to you once this is done. So the fur is done, and now the next color that I'm going to use is corn red, and I'm going to use this on the pieces of cloth that this guy have. I want to give a little bit of color to him, a way to contrast with all the neutral colors that I'm going to use for the rest. So I'm going to apply this on this tabard, okay. And I'm going to apply the same here in this part. So I will do this, I will apply this color, again thin layers, important to always thin your paints down. And yeah, and I will do that and I come back once this is done. So this is how it's looking like after applying the red, and the next color that I'm going to use is Reynolds Hide. I will use this for some of the bells and some, yeah, for example, this bell that is causing here. And will be also metal here, so doesn't matter if you paint the part that will be metal later on, the metal should go well on top of Reynolds Hide. Okay, here it is important is not to leave, as I say, the big or the watch out when you paint miniatures priming white is to avoid that the white is visible. Normally the white will help a lot to mitigate that, but you have really to avoid. It's not like in black, if you leave just a small spot, is not going to be that visible, but with white, if you just leave the smallest spot is going to be visible from far. So here I'm applying also this on this type of bells at the back. So I will apply luminous height on bells and some other parts, and I will come back once it is done. So the next color I'm going to use is Racquer Flesh, and I'm going to use it here. There is like a piece of cloth or leather. I will put it there because then I will contrast with the brown of the straps, or how you want to call these things. So I will put this Racquer Flesh here and here. This is like a piece of cloth or leather that you put to avoid to protect a little bit from the metal. Okay. This is the first step. Okay, I do this before. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the boots. I will use lighter color for the boots. I will use this type of brown XV88 for the boots. Yeah, here we will use almost all the browns and washes for browns, and because I want to go for this brownish, or this is too much, sorry. So this brownish color. So I will apply this XV88 on the boots, only on the boots. I think on the other part I will use other colors. So I will do this and I come back once it's done. Okay. Next I'm going to use heavy metal. I'm going to use heavy metal on all the metallic parts. Okay, and this includes the blade and the left shoulder pad, the protections in the arms, on the arms I mean. I will do this on brass color, but for example we can do this small chain here, and will look very bright, but don't worry because we are going to do a wash later on. And here I realize now I miss a small portion of the bell, so it's normal that you miss some parts. I do this and I have to come back to previous colors. So this is very common, so I will need to go with luminous height there again. Here I will go for more brass than this metal. What I will do is the blade. Okay. For the blade we can use the bigger brush, and also for the shoulder pad. I'm waiting that the boots dry a little bit more before gluing, putting them back to the cork. Okay. And as I said, this is very bright now, but once we do the washes and we do all the other stuff, will look much darker later on. Okay, this will help us. This blade has really very curious shape. Okay. So I'm going to use this. This will assume that it's metal, although there is a face there. Assume that this is a metal ornament with the face of a demon sculpt. Okay, so I will apply that and I will come back once this is done. So next I'm going to use one flesh for the bone colors, and I will use Flight 1 Flash because I want something more, this is a little bit more warm color, and I want something warmer than this Batio or this Screaming Skull. You will see that it will give the color we need for the bones. Okay, so I will apply this on all the bones that I have on the miniature. And I will come back. So the other thing is I will use blonde hair for this guy. I know that normally it's dark hair, so I will use blonde hair. I will use him to look really Germanic, Caucasian looking. So I will use the same Flight 1 Flash to do the base color for the blonde hair. Okay, we'll do that, and then we are going to play with the washes to give the right tone. So we will need to be careful to have good contrast with the skin later on. But I will try to go for blonde hair on him. So I apply this here, and then with Rhino's height I will do these things here and do the bell that I forgot, and I come back. Next I'm going to use Skag Brown to do some of the leather parts that I did not do with the previous color. So this is going to be the handle of the sword. So we'll put it here. Okay, and we are going to do also, I'm going to do also this part here. Okay, the other strips here, and the handle of the knife. So I will do that and I come back. And the last color I'm going to use before doing washes is I'm going to apply a Retributor armor on the parts that I want to be like brass golden looking. So this is going to be on these ornaments here on the bell. Okay, I want them to be more like I will say like brass. Okay, and to do that I'm going to apply a base of Retributor armor, the ornaments here on this type of ornamental knife, and also the handle of this part, the guard, sorry, of the sword. So I will do that and I come back once it is done to start doing the first washes. So now that the base colors are all applied, okay, we are going to start doing the washes, and I will start with the Raglan flesh shade to apply this on the skin. Okay, I'll apply this on the skin, and I will apply this on the golden parts. Okay, so we have to be careful. For example, there is too much. Be careful that you don't put too much in some parts. Okay, but you will see that it's night and day. So really, this is the step that will start popping up all the detail of the miniature. Just on the face will look really different. So okay, it's really nice miniature. The sculpt looking great. Yeah, and it's important here to have good shading to differentiate the hair from the skin. Okay, so we are going to do that. Later on we are going to clean up the wash, so when we do the highlights, now the skin will look much darker than what will look at the end of the paint job. Okay, we want to go up to there. Okay, this. Okay. We want to put there, but not too much. We will need to remove. To do this. Okay, and we are going to do the gold as well. So we are going to play here. And the gold you can use Seraphim Sepia, or you can use Reglan Flesh Sheet. And recently I started using more and more Reglan Flesh Sheet because I think this is giving much depth to the gold. So I will do that. Okay, we do all these type of things, ornaments that we have on the bell. Okay, and normally you start from the lighter. I will start from the lighter white, that is going to be this, and Seraphim Sepia on the bones. And then we are going to do to Darkoath Chieftain, and we will finalize with Noon Oil. So we do all the washes, and we do it depending on the zone that we want to wash. So I will be doing that for all the skin and gold, and I come back once this is done and dry. So once the previous wash have dried, we are going to apply a second wash of Seraphim Sepia, and we are going to apply this on the bones, on the hair. Okay, so for example we are going to apply this here. Okay, you see how the miniature is looking now that we have done the previous wash, and how the detail now is becoming more and more visible. Okay, we will do a nice wash on all the bones, and this one we are going to apply as well on the hair. Okay, we are going to apply a second wash with air shade on the hair. And then we will highlight from there. Sorry. So we apply here. I'm going to apply on all these small skulls that we have here. Sorry. Okay. This one. And we are going to apply as well on the gold. In that case here, I forgot this gold, but you see Seraphim Sepia is also working well. Okay, and I look here, I forgot, we can apply now Seraphim Sepia, and we'll do also quite good job. Okay, so we apply here. Of course, after that we will need to clean and highlight and do all the neat work. Okay. And now we wait again until this dry before doing the next wash. So the Seraphim Sepia is half dry, and now I'm going to apply Noon Oil on the metal parts. Okay, as you can see now the miniature really is looking better. Okay, and now we are going to apply Noon Oil on all the metallic parts, and this is a way to make the metallic parts less bright. That is more the look I want to do for this miniature. As we apply the metallic on white, it's much lighter, but now with the Noon Oil you will see that this will really make the shades that we need. I will apply on all the metal parts, and yeah, and I will come back when this is done and dry. So again, no electricity for the temper here on the blade. I will just apply now Noon Oil. Later on we are going to do the highlights and all the necessary work to make the metal to pop up. But now we just put Noon Oil there. I will do also on the shoulder pad and all these small things. Really the new oil will do the work to show the chain, to show the rivets. So this is really the step. As I say, and here we are going to see all the texture that the sculptor put on the shoulder pad. So really, this is an important step. The metal will do once it's done, but after that, yeah, we are going to rework to make it a little bit brighter. The other thing we have to avoid, you see here that the wash is pulling, so we are going to remove a little bit the wash. So we are going to, before it's drying, we need to watch out that the wash is not pulling anywhere and we don't have accumulation of wash and black dots, black spots. So I will keep applying that and I will come back. So this is how it looks like after applying Nun oil. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the last wash and I'm going to apply Darkoath Earthshade. And with that I will finalize the washes, and as well I will finalize this first part and I will do a second part where I will work the highlights and the final details. So we are going to apply Darkoath Earthshade to the red. The Darkoath Earthshade works perfectly on top of red. Okay. We also can apply that if you want on the bones. Okay. And we are going to apply this here at the base of the horn. Okay. I'm going to apply this here. And I'm going to apply this as well here. Okay. And we are going to apply this on the fur. Okay, we are going to apply this on all the fur. So, and with that I will finalize this part. So, yeah, now if you want, just you can comment, give a like if you have liked it, and keep tuned if you want to see the second part. Of course, one thing that I was forgetting, I will apply this on the metal. This will give the metal, especially this that is quite a battered metal, will give the impression of old dirty metal, what match very well. And then we are going to use, you can see this will go. I will not use it on the blade, I mainly use it on the armor plate, and I will use it on the handle, for example, of the axe. Okay. You can also use it on this. I will use it here as well, on this part. Okay, I will apply here, here. And one part that is very important is the handle and this leather that we apply just here. Okay, so we are going to apply on this, all these parts, and this is going to work very well here. So as you can see, all these parts, I think at the end I will apply it, because this is giving this like old metallic look, dirty metallic look. So we are going to add a little bit of that here and on all the red. So here I finalize this. Please give a like if you have liked it, comment, share if you think that this is interesting, and keep tuned for the second part. You also can support me in Patreon. Okay, and as you can see, I try to use all the support I get to do more videos, to do more tutorials, and I will keep doing that. So keep tuned for second part. Give a like if you like it, support me in Patreon if you can, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.